Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new to this channel, my name's Jacqueline and I garden in Saskatchewan, Canada in zone 3B. We are a cold climate that receives probably 6 months worth of winter, which includes a heck of a lot of snow and temperatures down to -40. But today I want to share with you what I want to work on, and that is planting some hydrangeas that I got on sale and working on a new area that we want to develop. So let me show you what I'm up to. For those of you that have kind of been following my journey through some of the yard renovations and things, we have been taking trees down. And these are big spruce trees. We have one left to take down, and then we have to get these stumps grinded in here and removed so that I can start a new area. And excuse the extension cord, Rob has taken branches down off of trees, so he's hard at it with his tree pruner. It's a chainsaw on a pole basically to get some of those upper branches. But in here, right in this area here, is what I want to develop. And what I want to do, and I've mentioned this in other videos, is come out from the step here, and you see my stuff piling up there I need to put away and dump the dirt and soil back into the garden beds, is come through here and add hydrangeas and do a box around this area across to the other side of the deck. And then I want to layer perennials around it in beautiful, glorious colors, put a sitting area in here, and just glam it all up and make it beautiful. But I am having to wait for people to come and grind the stumps and to take this other tree down before I can do anything else with this. So I'm hoping I'm still going to be able to get people to come, but people are not responding to my messages to come do the work right now. So I don't know, this might end up being a next year thing. Worst case scenario, I'll reach out to other tree companies and stuff to come in and maybe finish this up and see if I can get someone out here. So let me show you the hydrangeas that I want to put in here. I have 4 little quick fires that I got on sale for half price. They were $29.98. And I got them for half price, which was great. And these are beautiful. And I didn't want anything too tall because I want to be able to layer the plantings around these and have some room to visualize some of the different areas of the garden. Now you will see here, these are good to -40 zones 3 to 8. So us cold climate gardeners here in Saskatchewan and in some of the states and areas that surround us, these are perfect up to a zone 8 to plant. And they are beautiful. You're going to see that beautiful chartreuse color. It's going to change to this rosy pink, and it's going to give you that winter color. Now these are pretty much finished. You can see they've browned up. They're still leafing out, but they're going dormant because we're having a lot more cooler nights as we gradually work toward our first snowfall, which is usually around Halloween. I'm hoping it doesn't come that soon because we're having a beautiful fall, but you never know what Mother Nature's going to do. But you can kind of see some of the coloring happening already with these. I mean, once they start fading out, you see more of a dirty coloring, a dirty rose wine color. These are spectacular once they're in the ground, and because they're only going to grow till about they should only say about 4 feet, but sometimes 5 or 6 feet. So these will grow to about anywhere from 4 to 6 feet max. I think they'll do well in this area. So I only have these ones to plant this year, but I will pick up some more in the spring and finish the area off and border it around. I'm going to put an arbor in. I'm going to have Rob build it, and then I will do the path and everything once we finish some of these other projects. But you can see here, just looking at this area, I have a few shrubs I need to get in, and this is just the tip of the iceberg of what I need to do. So we're going to plant these today, and we're going to be digging up some lawn to get these in, and over the next couple of weeks or days, depending how things go, we are gonna sheet mulch in here, add soil, and then bring in other perennials, because there's a lot of perennials that we need to move. Rob's going to give me a hand because I just had another treatment on my back and it's been bothering me. I'm a bit, it's a bit painful, to be quite honest. So we're going to get these in. He's going to give me a hand, and we'll just move on from there. But I'm really excited to make some changes here. I feel, and just to share a little bit of my plans that are in my head right now, I feel like I need more beds in here, more color, more variety, and of course I want more hydrangeas. So I'm happy with having less grass, quite honestly. But I think we're going to make this evolve into a beautiful area with lots of color, lots of beds, and still some grass. But I want it really pretty, to be quite honest. So let's get started and get these into the ground. You can see here the birds are starting to gather. Woo, look at that. And it's just a glorious fall day. Okay, so I've laid these out, and I actually have 5 little quick fires. So I've already started on the corner over there, but at the end of the row I'm doing a global cedar. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come through with my trusty stick here, and it has a measurement right here I'm going to use for the tape. This is one I used to stake the delphinium with every year, but it's perfect to use a measuring tool. And I'm going to space them about 4.5 feet apart, give or take a bit, and make sure they're all even. I want them to be more like a loose hedge versus a tight hedge, because I'm going to plant in the front of them, and I'm going to plant in the back of them. But this is going to be done in phases because I got to move plants to do this. So we'll just go through and I'll do a quick measurement to see where these are at, and make sure, and looking at the camera here, I can tell if I'm out a bit. And I'll lay the stick on the sides too, just to see where it's at. So before you put these in, ideally, or after you put them in, you want to remove all the dead branches off them and the dead flowers. I'm leaving a few flowers on some of them, but you want all the energy to go to setting roots. So you can see here, this one has a lot of dead on it, and that's what you get at the end of the season when the plants are on sale and you get them for 50% off. And I mean, I have done this many times where I bought plants on sale because I'm finding that the prices are getting higher and higher every year. So I gotta wait till sale to stretch my budget as far as I can. So let me show you how I'm gonna prune these back. And I'll get in as close as I can. If you're a new gardener, you definitely want to learn how to prune your plants back and give them the best chance of success. I'm just going to take my gloves off so that I can do this. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at on this plant is we're going to look at here that there's dead shoots right here. So I'm going to take them off. That is the easiest way on those. So go through the base first and take anything dead off. Make sure your pruners are good and clean, and go through. You want lots of air movement on the center of that plant. So that's a good start. Now you want to go through the higher foliage, and you want to take anything dead back to the leaf node. So on this one, for instance, I want to take it down to here just because I'm seeing a lot of dead growth. This one, the leaf node is right here. This one is angling out really strange, so I'm going to take it right there. And then we're going to kind of go through these here and separate them and see what's what. So we have blooms right there, but they're really not going to do anything at this time of year. They're going dormant. Take those off. There's a dead branch right there. Take that down. Anything wonky like this is going to drive you nuts. So that branch actually broke, so I'm going to take that. And then I'm going to take this one in between to allow for more air movement. And that technically should clean it up. Because this is such a large branch, I am going to leave it. Now you also want to look for damage on the stems when you do this. So this one's really damaged. And I'll show you what I mean about this branch being damaged. See all the gnarliness there? So that's why I removed it. Because, I mean, that's not going to survive winter anyhow. Now, hydrangeas are going to bloom on new growth. But that is something that's very debatable. Because I have left old branches on the plant and they have grown beautifully from the old hard wood. And in a cold climate like I am, and I'm zone 3, that hard wood is going to protect that plant for the winter and help it stand upright with the heavy snow. In the spring, if you find rabbit damage or anything, you can cut that hardwood back. You could take these down to about 4 inches, I would recommend, and then they will come and shoot up and you'll get new growth. So that is the way I do it. I am filling these holes with some mixture of potting soil, topsoil that I have in my wagon. I got to use all my potting soil up that I have in my containers because I reuse it, and then every year I put fresh in there. So it's not wasted. It's easier for me to put pots away in the shed when the soil is out of the containers and start fresh. And I like reusing it because it gives a nice consistency to the soil and mix it in good, and then it's not wasted. All right, these are all in. You can see the 2 there and then the row of them. They look good. There is still some color on them, which is very, very nice. Nice little shot of pink. More of a magenta, which is older. And I left them so you could see the color on them for the little quick fires. They are so sweet and they look beautiful here in the garden. So next step is to sheet mulch this, and then I'm going to water them in really good. So here is the sheet mulching. I collect boxes from businesses that I know and ask them their permission when they get a shipment in to get their boxes after they've done deassembling them, and then I use them in the garden. Try to find a location close to me to do this. I do have another video on sheet mulching if you're interested in seeing more on this, but as you can see, you put the cardboard down, you take all the tape off it, put it around the plants, and then you backfill with soil. So I've done some of it here just to show you how I'm backfilling. Now this is not the finished product because I've got to come in here and I have to add some more layers of plants. But this is the start to get the hydrangeas in, and it's a big project doing this. This isn't something that is fast to get done. You need to take the time and do it, and sometimes it takes multiple days. But once you start it, then you can add your extra layers for other plants in here, dig the holes, and then come in between, mulch some more, or use topsoil and manure, whatever you got in hand, and some sand, and just a little bit of sand, not even 30% for this, probably more like 10%, just a couple shovelfuls in each wheelbarrow, and come in here, plant some more plants around it, and build it out. So we'll be doing that. Everything I get done this year, I don't have to do next year. And that is how I am looking at this garden. All right, that is phase one of the new garden room done. This bed is going to be much wider and full of flowers, mostly perennials. The odd annual might get thrown in here, but this is just the beginning. Once I get all these stumps and trees out over here in this area, I will be able to continue on next year and build this beautiful zone. So I would consider this phase one. There's going to be a lot of phases to this project to build this because we have to make a lot of changes here. But the big thing is to get the sale plants into the ground and give them a good start. So I've watered them in and soaked them, and I will probably turn the sprinklers on to wet down the cardboard really, really good, and then I can put a few perennials in the next phase. So stay tuned, keep checking back on these videos because you're gonna see over the next year a major change to this area. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, and welcome to the new hydrangea room. Bye everybody.